Hola and welcome to my YouTube channel here at Benidorm and beyond. I'm an English woman who's lived here in this resort for over 20 years, and my aim is to bring you a fresh and different take on all there is to see, do and enjoy in Benidorm, so here we go. Today's vlog takes us on a beautiful sunny summertime walk starting at Plaza del Canalejas in the Old Town, just at the end of the Levante beachfront and adjacent to the local branch of the Tourist Information Office, where you can request maps and lists of current events, including full timetables of upcoming fiestas, exhibitions and the like. We begin by heading towards the popular Swedish restaurant and bar El Quixote, who offer a huge variety of local, Mediterranean and international cuisine, and then we turn left to head steeply uphill along the street of Calle del Meje in Cosme, Bayona. Firstly, on our left we see the cocktail bar and restaurant of Mojito Beach, which opens daily except Tuesdays, and their opening hours are from 1:30 until 4 in the afternoon, and then again from 7 PM until midnight after siesta. Whilst their main entrance doesn't look much in the daytime, like all the bars and businesses along this street, they tend to come alive in the evening and look much more alluring, with most offering great views out over the whole Mediterranean Sea and beachfront, as well as all the way up to the Rincon de Loix and the surrounding mountain areas. Next along we see the Posada Bar, which is a late night party bar with its doors opening at 11 PM and the fun going on until 4:30 in the wee early hours. This abuts the Portobello Disco pub, which we pass next, who open at weekends only, and then opposite is the bar of La Sal de Maria, whose premises can also be accessed from the neighbouring street on the other side of the building, as is common in this small old town area. As you will see as we continue our walk, tucked amongst all these little almost hidden away bars are private apartments, townhouses and even underground parking garages. And just as we reach the top of the hill, on our left hand side, you will see the highly revered Devora restaurant, which offers gourmet dining inside and on its sea-facing balcony, as well as quality drinks and cocktails from its Devora rooftop sky bar. Panning round for a quick look back at where we have just come from, we now turn right and push up the last stretch of steep hill before coming out in the church square. Where we see the Twisted Cocktail Bar to our right, offering pints of Amstel for just €1 to cool down with, and the beautiful Roman Catholic church of the Iglesia San Jaime y Santa Ana directly in front of us, which is a huge focal point for the community, especially during holy events and fiesta times. Carrying on to our left now, we see the large window displays of the Mercado de Piel store, who have been trading here for many years, and they offer a huge selection of handbags, purses, hats and accessories, with lots of trendy top designer brands to be found inside. On our left hand side, we then see the highly rated 4-star RH Gastro Hotel Canfali, which is actually where the Devora restaurant and the Sky Bar that we just passed are situated, and which is currently ranked an impressive 3rd out of the 201 hotels listed in Benidorm on TripAdvisor UK. Heading over to the viewpoint, or mirador, of San Jaime, we can see from our fabulous prime position up here that the sea is filled with dozens of holidaymakers swimming and splashing around, as well as a giant inflatable aqua park come playground and jet skis speeding off in the distance with a scorching Spanish sun beating down on the waves below. We then pass the only 5-star hotel that is actually situated in Benidorm, in the form of the boutique hotel Villa Venezia, which, although offers a high degree of luxury, has sometimes been criticised on occasion for its smallish rooms and poor Wi-Fi. We then turn left into a side alley where we are still, unfortunately, heading slightly uphill, and here we pass the outdoor dining area of the Villa Venezia as we go, and the side entrance to the ice cream parlour, coffee shop and snack bar of El Castel on our right, which is family owned and run and has been trading here for more than 30 years. As many of you have commented in the past when I've done previous vlogs in this area, it's a great place to stop and enjoy the views, as well as maybe ordering a cool cocktail, a heaped ice cream sundae or just a good old-fashioned beer, whilst taking the weight off your feet at the same time. We now take some time to look out over the beautiful scenery and waters again, with the iconic blue and white tiled balustrades of this square making for a great backdrop for a photo or selfie, with seagulls wheeling overhead, as well as the odd colourful parachute of a passing parasailer, and some adrenaline-seeking tourists enjoying a water sport or two out in the sea. In the square itself, we can see the two giant 7-metre high sculptures of Sylvia and Maria, which are being exhibited here until this September, and who were sculpted by the renowned Barcelona-born artist and sculptor Jaume Plensa out of cast iron. Sylvia was sculpted in 2015 and weighs over 7,500 kilos, with Maria having been made 3 years later in 2018 at just over 7,500 kilos. And if you are here in time in the resort to see them, they really are worth the climb to take a look. Whilst from some angles the women's heads seem almost flat, as you circle around them on foot, they literally seem to come alive, with every detail and contour of their faces becoming evident as they watch serenely over the plaza. In this spot you can also find the 4 cannons that form a circle in the centre of the square that are usually this area's main focal point. And did you know that they have actually all been raised from the seabed itself? And in fact, in years gone by, if you stood on the very end of the headland, you could look down at those very 4 cannons beneath you in the clear waters of the Mediterranean Sea. Heading up to the highest part of this gorgeous viewpoint area now, where Benidorm's castle used to stand, which dated back to at least the 14th century, we take in more fantastic views, with many others having had the same thought and heading here too for a relaxed wander about or a fantastic picture as a souvenir. The parts of this area that have been excavated are displayed with glass walls around them for protection, and a small amount of info boards are dotted about for those that like to find out a bit about what they are seeing, along with a little history lesson too. There are plenty of white granite bench seats to take a seat on for a rest, and often, like today, there is a busker and his guitar strumming out a tune along the edges of the area in the shade, hoping for an appreciative round of applause, or better still, a euro or two in his upturned neon hat. For even more stunning photos close to the Med, you can head down a series of steps to the pentagon-shaped outlook point nearer the sea, and if you look carefully, you can see the old water geyser poking out upwards, which was deactivated some years ago now, due to the salt water it jetted out having started to affect the precious rocks of the Canfali cliffs. Heading to the other side of this viewpoint area, we look out over the small beach of Malpass, which despite its size is still very popular, as you can see, with the port of Benidorm lying behind it, where you can take boat trips and excursions to nearby islands and resorts, such as the fishing town of Calpe, the city of Alicante and its neighbouring small island village of Tabarca, or just out to Peacock Island for a walkabout on the slippery rocks, a peaceful drink and some great views back to Benidorm from out on the waves. As you will see as we leave this upper mirador or viewpoint square, when the whole area was excavated and then renovated a few years back, access ramps were added for the disabled and less mobile, along with accompanying handrails for extra balance. We finish up in the small square where local artists and craftsmen ply their trade by day and especially by night, noting the giant anchor in the centre where a photo opportunity was being set up for a little girl by her proud dad. We end with a sweeping shot of the beach and that gorgeous blue and turquoise Mediterranean Sea, where if you are quick you can just spot the Bahia de Benidorm boat ferrying customers back to the harbour after an hour or two on Peacock Island. This is where we end today's vlog, and I hope that you've enjoyed this sunny stroll in the old town today with me, starting all the way down on the Levante beachfront and finishing up by the historic Plaza de Castel. If you have liked watching and listening, then please join me again in the future for more street and beachfront walks, news, updates and information, and reviews on some of Benidorm's most popular hotels, apartments, cafes and bars. I'll see you out and about next time, and thanks so much for watching as always. Every view and comment counts and is much appreciated. Bye for now, hasta luego, and see you again soon. Cheers!